Good evening, Sage fans, and welcome to another night of Sages basketball where Monticello opens the first game of the season at Riverton.
Thank you. Dick Montgomery here with David Wells tonight. Again, both teams start out clean slates tonight. 0-0 records. The Sages being introduced right now. That's Zach Fisher being brought out there. Zach was a significant player last year. You're seeing Daniel Caldwell actually out there. Number 24 just came out. That there's Daniel Peterson. Daniel's a senior. There's Clay Becker just coming off a strong football season. Clay is our biggest man in the middle at 6'2". Monticello is not a tall team this year. They will have Isaiah Flores being able to come off the bench, but they're rather a small club, huh, David?
Yes, we are.
But it's kind of almost like they're starting four guards. Daniel Peterson could be considered, I always think of him as kind of a swing man. He can play guard or he can go in and play inside. He can play inside, outside, and he's pretty smooth and very agile. So I think Daniel's the kind of a kicker player for the Monticello Sages. And now your Riverton Hawks. We're over near Springfield, Riverton, Illinois, the former home of Tisdale. First man out there is number 12. That's Ryan Rossetti. He's a guard, 5'10". And you see in number 32 come out John Shoup. He's a guard, stands 5'9", 140. There's number 10 and Mark Hinkle, guard forward. He stands at 6'2", 133 pounds. And then the little man, Josh Gabriel, number 4, stands at 5'8". There's the boy in the middle, Blake Schuling. Blake stands at 6'3", weighs 210 pounds. He is a senior. These Riverton Hawks are coming off a fine season last year. They ended up playing in the sectionals. They ended up 26-4, so they're the real deal. We took it pretty hard on the head last year playing against these guys, as they took it to us pretty good over at Miller Gym in Monticello, and they beat us up pretty good, 83-53. So, excuse me.
Correction, 71-52.
There you go. Looking at their record over time, but 71-52, so we'll see if we can have a little better showing this year. Again, Monticello's losing 22 points a game. With Stokowski graduating, and that tip ball's already out of bounds or near to. Riverton did control that, but it's tipped out, so Monticello to inbound on the side. That's Daniel Caldwell. Not a large crowd tonight on opening night for both teams. Meager following for Monticello early in the season here. Things will pick up as things go on. Little delay. Not sure what the big discussion is. Coach Roy has some thoughts over there.
Possibly thinking it should be re-jumped.
Because it was tipped out of bounds without anybody touching it?
Yeah, and no time went off the clock.
Right. I think they were just basing it on control. It was pretty obvious the Riverton boy had control of that, but you're right. Nobody touched the ball prior to it going out of bounds. Either way, the Sages inbound. Get going in the first quarter tonight. First game of the 2014-15 season. Zach Fisher doesn't wait 2 seconds to launch one from beyond. That's no good. He's 0 for 1 early on. Zach is quite a good shooter. He's in a hurry to get that one up right there. We got a scrum on the floor early. Got a jump ball called out there, David?
Yes, we do. We'll stay with the Hawks.
So the Hawks to inbound underneath their own bucket down there. We're at kind of an unusual angle tonight as we're down at the end of the gym up in a kind of a balcony area. That ball was almost thrown over the top. A real high riding pass up there. That's number 12 with it. That's Ryan Rossetti. Pass back in front. Number 4 is Josh Gabriel. Over to the side, back to 12, Ryan Rossetti. Out front, number 10, Mark Hinkle. Content to rotate that ball around. Monticello looks like they're in their matchup zone. It's a zone where they will play man-to-man on the corner where the ball is. It's strong side, weak side. There's an air ball. Return shot, rebound, putback is good. That's number 10, Mark Hinkle. So Riverton draws first blood at the 7:07 mark. Clay Becker. The boys are playing a little bit in a hurry. What do you think, David?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Clay just took that and he was going to the basket before he really had control of that ball, as well as Zach Fisher didn't waste any time launching that 3 ball just a minute ago. So Monticello's possessions have been pretty short-lived early in this contest.
Yes, they have.
Again, Monticello in their matchup zone. Riverton's content to rotate that ball around the edges. That's more dribbling than we've seen so far. Nice pass inside. Clay Becker got a piece of that action, but on the return, the shot is good, and there's a foul called. Pushing foul, and number 40 is pretty pumped up on that, David.
Yeah, that would be our first foul.
Blake Suling will be going to the line.
That foul's on number 5, Clay Becker, his first, team's first.
Blake is a 6'3" kid, weighs 210. You can tell he is a scorer on the interior. And they look for him in there. Nice little bounce pass feed down on the low block.
And that foul was after the shot was made.
Oh, okay. Well, I saw contact prior also. So an extra possession for the Hawks. Hawks up 4-zip right now at the 6:27 mark.
Yep.
Long ball three, nothing but bottom of the net on that one. Launched it from deep there, did number 10, and that's Mark Hinkle. David Peterson was on him. David may need to lock down a little closer to him if Mr. Hinkle likes to launch it out there and can do so regularly. Turnover. Stepped in front of that pass, and then a foul on the other end as Zach Fisher tries to recover. That was a great step in. Nice move by Ryan Rossetti. Anticipated that pass. Made it look pretty good, didn't it, David?
Yeah.
Man, this looked pretty bad.
Time out, Sages.
Yes. Monticello's had 3 possessions, 3 turnovers, Mr. Seaver. 4 possessions. Yeah, I tell you what, we've hardly got with the shots we've got up, we're kind of just winging it, weren't we?
Yeah, we were.
Really, they appear very rushed early on. Of course, it's the first game of the season. It's an away game. They're starting on the road, and they're starting against a pretty doggone team, David.
Yes.
These Hawks come in here at 26-4, so they're the real deal. Their coach is Kyle Weber. He's been around here 6 seasons over here, and he has a winning program. This is where Mr. Tisdale came from a number of years ago and ended up at the University of Illinois. So the Riverton Hawks have a pretty stout basketball tradition down here. Their school is a little bit, Monticello has about, 503 enrollment. They're about 450, somewhere in there, so a little bit smaller school. So at the line, you're seeing Ryan Rossetti.
Misses the first free throw. One of their few misses I've seen so far in their opening 2 minutes.
Yeah. Monticello is still on the big donut up there. Rossetti makes 1 or 2. Nice job bringing that ball up. A lot of pressure out there. The Hawks are all over ball pressure. They are really hawking out there on Noah Freeman. They are hawking him good.
5-second violation.
And their big kid came out there. Their 6'3" kid came out there, was playing 22 feet away from the rim, David.
Yeah.
With big pressure. So they're obviously going to pressure our ball handling, and they're going to challenge us out front. That's obviously part of their strategy tonight, at least on the defensive end. On the offensive end, they're going into the big boy. He just broke away from Clay again. And Clay is fronting him right now, as is Daniel Peterson currently. Drive in, dish, 3 ball, 19 foot, no good. On the opposite side is Zach Fisher. Zach got a hand on it, but it could not control it, goes out of bounds. Nothing right now with 5:16 in the first quarter. Monticello has yet to score. Riverton, another deep ball. Fought for over there. Peterson battling it out. Whistles blow. Foul on the floor, David, or?
They're going to say jump ball.
Oh, okay.
That's what I thought.
Now here comes Riverton. They're in a full court press. It looks like a man-to-man. They're in a man-to-man full court press right off the bat. So they are all about pressuring the ball. They've shown us earlier they're going to pressure on the perimeter. They've been quite effective so far, as Monticello's looked pretty lackluster early on in this contest. Noah Freeman with it. Noah coming off a great football season. Excellent receiver, set some records this season. Tough transition from one sport to the other, but Noah's a good athlete. Noah's a very good shooter. Feed into Clay. Clay never gets a chance to get close to the glass in there. Caldwell to Fisher, back out front to Freeman. Freeman, nice hard drive. Nice rebound. Putback is no good by Daniel Peterson, but a great job getting an offensive bound. And Riverton is back quickly. They are fast and they attack the ball immediately. Ball's tipped out by Clay Becker on the rebound attempt. So Monticello still has not scored in this contest. We're at the 4:30 mark. We're halfway through, just about halfway through. Riverton has got, if we were talking about football, you talk about time of possession. They're up there, huh, David?
Yeah, I would say so.
They probably tripled us on time of possession so far in this basketball contest. That was a good defensive set by Peterson. Way to hold his ground, David. I like that. I like that toughness that Peterson's showing out there. We need some toughness because we ain't got real big boys. Daniel's one of them, and he's going to have to play like that all season long. A lot of pressure out front. High screens, high picks and rolls, that's what's available. Kick out, Fisher, deep shot off the side of the rim, no good. Rebound, foul from behind as Caldwell was fighting for position. Back behind number 4, Josh Gabriel.
Daniel Caldwell picks up his first, the team's third.
Under the 4-minute mark. We do have a running clock on the screen, which, do we, David?
Yes, we do, and
okay.
It should be it might be, towards the end, it might only be off by a second, but it should be as accurate as I can get it.
Okay, we're syncing it as best as we can, so remember towards the end of quarters or halves, it might be a little off. We'll try to correct that as best as we can. A little slow down now. That's kind of unusual. As if they're deciding what to do, they go in and drive. Driving. Shots, kind of a wild shot, really, by number 4 in there, Josh Gabriel. Out front, Caldwell, left-hand wing. High screen and rolls out there. Clay Becker comes in off the glass, no good. Rebound, Peterson. Another offensive rebound, Peterson. Another putback, no good. But at least he's in there battling for rebounds. That is nice to see. Daniel, good hustle in there. This kid, that's his third attempt from beyond. This time he's short, but boy, they're not afraid to stroke it, are they, David?
No, they are not.
Especially Ryan Rossetti. Used to be a Rosetta in Monticello. Randy Rosetta, but this is Rossetti. Little Josh Gabriel's quick with the foot, isn't he?
Yes, he is.
Quick putbacks. They got a couple second and third attempts that possession, but couldn't make it go. They're up 8-zip. Zach Fisher, deep ball. His third 3 attempt, third 0 for 3, no good. And here they come down quickly. Rossetti is, a steal in there by Peterson. Peterson's having a great first quarter for a team that hasn't scored a point. Becker from the elbow. And Monticello's on the board at the 2:25 mark. Riverton Hawks 8, Monticello Sages 2. The Hawks bring it up. Dribbling that is Ryan Rossetti. Monticello maintains their zone defense. They'll always pressure on the ball side, sag back in on the weak side. Riverton's pretty patient. Rotate that ball around. They're trying to find some holes in there. Eventually they'll wear us down, then they look in there to Mr. Suling on the interior. They're looking to him now. He had position. He didn't hold his hand up. Bump in there. There they got him. Oh, nice block shot by Clay Becker. He got bumped out of the way by the Mr. Suling, but Clay recovered and got a hand right on top of that ball. Nice block, wasn't it, David?
Yes.
No contact?
No contact, clean block. Number 4 checks in for the Sages, Tyus Walter.
Tyus Welter. Tyus got a bunch of minutes. He played three quarters of the JV game. The JV, they lost. Excuse me, they won a heartbreaker. I felt like they were going to. They won it by 1 point. Riverton came back and scored a 2-pointer when they needed a 3-pointer at the buzzer in that contest. Little ragged now. Riverton's having little ball handling difficulties. Another stroke out there by Ryan Rossetti. I called Rossetti, and I was incorrect. I believe it was Mark Hinkle.
Clay Becker just picks up his second, the team's 4th.
Well, Monticello doesn't have a lot of warm bodies to put in. We do have Isaiah Flores, should be down there, and Isaiah played a ton of minutes also in the JV game. 8-2, Riverton leads with 1:04 remaining first quarter. Riverton content to move that thing around the perimeter. A lot of pressure out there by Zach Fisher. They're wearing us down, David.
Yeah, they are.
They're very patient. Zach Fisher got a hand on that, kicked it around, loose ball on the floor, fought for, jump ball called. Arrow is pointing the Hawks' way, I guess.
It is.
And number 10 for them comes out of the game, Mark Hinkle, and who came in? Number 20, I believe, Zach Merchant, David. Is that correct?
Not sure. I wasn't really watching.
I believe it's Zach Merchant's in the kid with the ball right now. He played in the JV game, Mr. Merchant did. They go inside to Mr. Stooling, and he is their point man in the middle. If we kind of sag off just slightly, their offense, if they're unable to attack, there's a nice drive and dish by Noah Freeman, but a little too much mustard on it. Went off the hands of Ryan Bundy in the game now for the Monticello Sages. Ryan's a nice interior player. More whistles blow. Riverton, they take all of about 2 seconds to go from end to end of court, David. Their transition game is tough.
And Riverton just picks up their first foul. It's on number 40. His first, the team's first.
Into the game, Isaiah Flores also now. First time we've seen him this contest, so Isaiah's in the game. In the backcourt, Tyus Welter, two of the JV players, played tons of minutes in the recent, their first win of the season. Deep shot. It goes. Basket's good by Zach Fisher. That was his fourth three-ball attempt. He is 1 for 4, I do believe. We close out the first quarter, David, at 10-5. Only 5 points for our Sages. Boy, and they barely got that in the last second shot, didn't they?
Yeah, and it looked like we were going to be a lot worse than that at the end of that quarter.
Well, do you have any thoughts after watching that first quarter, David?
Not a whole lot, other than we need to defend better and take better shots.
Yeah, I think the take better shots, they do. They need to, obviously on both ends they're getting beat, but they're getting better at defending. They're going to keep they're going to have to keep a body on Suling all the time. The thing is, Clay Becker, who was susceptible to foul trouble last year, already has 2. But we do have, along with Peterson can come in there as a tall kid in the middle, as well as Isaiah Flores, who's in the game now. So, but on offense, early on especially, at least for the first 4 minutes of that first quarter, Monticello really rushed the ball.
Yeah, that we did.
They were they were still rushing there at the end. Matter of fact, Noah Freeman made a nice drive, but then he threw a bullet pass in there. I think it was to Ryan Bundy, or it was him or Fisher, and he couldn't handle it. Not very many ball players would have been able to handle that. But the only kid I could think of was that football player was for the Giants and made that spectacular catch on Sunday one-handed. Here we go. Sages with it. Zach Fisher, his 5th attempt from 3. Now he's 2 for 5. Zach Fisher's got 2, and we got 8 showing on the board. Monticello's only down 2. They come right back, and they get it right back. I'll tell you what, we got to stay with Rossetti. Rossetti loves that left-hand wing, that high wing up there. He must have taken about 5 or 6 attempts from that very spot. Welter with it. Out front. Freeman. Rotate. Fisher. They're covering him a little tighter now. Ryan Bundy comes out. High pick and roll. Zach Fisher got in a hurry. Threw a ball out and nowhere land, but Noah Freeman picks it up. Fisher, another deep shot. That one in and out. I believe he is 3 for 6 now, something like that.
Something like that.
Yeah. Might be 3 for 7. He's really throwing them up there. Riverton with a 13-8 lead early in the second quarter. Deep shot, kind of surprising shot. Isaiah Flores did not expect.
Turnover on the other end, went right back to the Hawks.
Mark Hinkle took that long shot. Hawks get it right back. They're very quick afoot, David. They're a very quick team. Very quick team. They have a great transition game. A little out of control at times, but they definitely have the foot speed to get the ball up court quickly, and they rotate the ball nicely. Inside, outside, they're looking in. We're staying on the big in the middle pretty good right now. Inside, outside. And a great play. That was a great play by Ryan Rossetti to drive and kick. Zach Fisher drives and stops. Kick over right in front of your camera angle. That's Welter. Too hard. Everybody's passing really hard, David. We're not putting any touch on the ball. The kids are really hopped They might be just a little too hopped up. When you see passes like that, that was not only was it too much mustard, but it was low.
Yeah.
So you're just shoving the ball as compared to putting some touch on it and put a little English on it.
And it's kind of hard to retrieve that ball when you throw it at the guy's ankles.
It appears right now that the Sages, this year's Sages, are trying to play at a pace that might be just slightly above their ability. You agree, David?
Yeah.
Riverton definitely can play at that pace. They can play about a 7 or an 8, and Monticello probably needs to bring it down to a 5 or a 6, because right now the 7 or 8 is not being very effective for them. Welter looks inside. Bundy, inside, outside. Nice rotation off the triangle. Zach Fisher, nice kick over. Shot is good by Freeman, and Freeman can shoot. He is a real weapon over there and closes the gap to 16-10. The Riverton Hawks 16, Monticello Sages 10. Hawk faithful over here on the right. Got a big crew of the Hawkettes over here. Traveling call, a little shuffling of the feet. One of the few turnovers that the Riverton Hawks have had so far. Token pressure in the backcourt. Not as intense as it was early in the first quarter, huh, David?
No, it's not.
They've backed off a little bit. I'm kind of surprised because they were pretty doggone effective. Again, a hard pass by Zach. It isn't just him, though. The whole team's passing really hard and fast. Another, what looked like a rushed shot.
A nice pass, and other than it was rushed at the end.
Yes, it was. It looked like another rushed shot. So Zach probably is trying to play at a 9. He needs to play about a 7 or a 6 himself. Rebound fought for the shortest kid on the I love that Welter kid. Shortest kid out on the court reels down a rebound in the middle of 4 other boys. Nice drive. Reverse is good by Noah Freeman. Now that was pretty. Drove right past his own man and then went right by the 2 studs underneath and did a reverse, right-handed reverse on the backside of the glass. 16-12, Sages down 4. Riverton Hawks 16, Monticello Sages 12. Reverse dribble and kick out there. Riverton's content to move that ball around the edges. Their spacing's not real good, David. Look at them. They had 4 kids on the same side now. They need to work on their spacing, get back to that. They got a wide open shot. That was a great setup. All that spacing, and they got Monticello going side to side. Mark Hinkle killed him from deep with another 3 ball. Between Hinkle and Rossetti, they can shoot some deep balls. Loose ball underneath, another turnover for the Sages. Quick transition. Riverton down quickly. A foul on the shot attempt. Riverton's speed and their hand speed is also effective here this evening, as they're really good at slapping at the ball.
Zach Fisher just picks up his second, the team's 5th. At the line, shooting 2 is number 32 for the Hawks.
That's John Shoup. Obviously, you can see bouncing off the side. We've got a couple kids coming fresh off the bench now as Daniel Caldwell comes in the game. Daniel Peterson, the double Daniels come in. Ryan Bundy takes a seat. Shoup for his second. 1 for 2. Hawks have now reached the 20-point mark, 20-12 with 4:03 remaining second quarter. Caldwell with it. A little indecisive. Better get that ball moving. Tyus Welter was not indecisive. Nice ball rotation. That's Peterson with it on the far right wing. Oh, nice. Finds a cutter in Welter, but Welter fires it a little high on the high bank. No good. Boy, they just run it down, and he almost looks like he's out of control, but he doesn't turn it over that often. I'm referring to Josh Gabriel. They really transition well. That's going to be a lot of pressure for people like, what that means is like our guards, David Caldwell and Noah Freeman. They're going to have to be so cautious driving inside, because when they're inside, we don't have the other guys who can get back quick enough on D.
Right.
Because of the quickness of Riverton's transition game. 20-12, Riverton Hawks lead. We're down here near Springfield, Illinois. Opening night in the Monticello Sages boys basketball season 2014-15. Noah Freeman not it loose. Finally, Daniel Caldwell corralled it. Freeman thought about a deep 3, kick out. Caldwell, he got it up in the air, side of the rim, no good. Nice rebound by Noah Freeman on the backside. He was blocked out, and he ripped that thing out of midair. Daniel Peterson, little crossover. Should have kept going, Daniel. Don't hesitate, Daniel. Don't hesitate. Inside to Isaiah, and they hack him good. They know Isaiah's the man inside.
That's on number 10. That's his first, the team's third.
It's Mark Hinkle. He's one of their long ball shooters. You can see on camera, you can see that Tyus Welter's sucking some air out there. A little tired right now. It's a very fast-paced game. I'm not sure who that pass was supposed to be to. Ended up to Caldwell. Look at that. The big man goes outside, and Isaiah Flores for three. Now the three balls are keeping us in this game. We've had 2 or 3 by Fisher and 1 by Flores. That's at least 12 of this 15 from beyond the arc, right, David?
Yes.
And without the 3 ball, we aren't in the game. 20-15. 2:28 remaining, first half. The Riverton Hawks with it. Drive and dish. They're real good at this drive and dish. They do that all the time. Nice rebound. Flores comes out the right-hand side. Thought about going all the way to the glass, but got cut off. Peterson drives, dishes, kick out. Flores, 3 ball. Got it. How about that? How about those apples? 2 3 balls by Isaiah in a row. Closes the gap to 2018. And Monticello has 5 3 balls, I do believe. Timeout on the floor, Mr. Wells?
Yes, it is. And Riverton calls that timeout.
At the 1:59 mark, sir?
Yes.
How's your clock doing, sir? How close are we?
I'm 159. Actually, I'm actually at 157.
That's all right. Pretty close, David Wells. Good job. 2018, the Sages are trying to make a game out of this, David.
Yeah.
They really got in a lot of trouble early. I felt playing too fast, and they've slowed down just a smidgen, but really the difference in the game is, in my opinion, is Isaiah Flores has come in, as well as Noah Freeman has played incredibly well, and Tyus Welter when they've been in there. So the thing is, talking about Mr. Welter and Isaiah, they both did serious minutes. I'll introduce the cheerleaders the next time around, I guess, Mr. Wells. Again, this is opening night of the Sages 2014-15 season. Monticello finished last year at 13-14, under 500 overall, 7-4 in the conference. This Riverton club came off a great season, ended up in the sectional, playing in the sectional, and they ended up with a 26-4 record. Riverton inbounds in the backcourt. It's Daniel Caldwell applying pressure to Rossetti. Ryan Rossetti. Got those orange shoes out there. Look like the Illini, don't they, David?
Yeah, they do.
Another travel. That's at least the second drag in the pivot foot call we've seen. They don't make too many errors, but that seems to be something they do, huh?
Yes, it is.
I'm not sure which young player that was on. Little token pressure in the backcourt. Like I said early on, the Riverton Hawks were applying serious pressure on the perimeter. And then let's talk for a minute. There we go. Oh, come on, Peterson. Come on, Daniel. Way to bring it back up, baby. Nice job. I love the way he's playing tonight, David. He's a man in the middle. Daniel Peterson, that's his 3rd or 4th offensive rebound.
Yes.
When you're getting offensive rebounds, you're playing as hard as you possibly can. A lot of kids can get defensive rebounds, but we must have blood on the cheek or something, or addressing something over here. So we got a little delay of game for some.
That last foul was on number 10. That's his second, the team's 4th.
Well, I'll tell you what, Daniel Peterson is earning his time, and he's going to have to come out of the game, I believe, to address that issue. And Zach Fisher, now, Zach is usually a pretty doggone good free throw shooter. Not that Daniel is not, but if they're going to allow him to shoot this, that's a pretty nice substitution for the Sages.
Yeah.
So Zach Fisher goes to the charity stripe. Nice shot by Zach. When Zach Fisher slows down, he can be an incredible shooter. He just has been really rushed early on. It is, again, first game of the season. Expectations are high. A little anxiety out there, and hopes are high. Coach Roy's still talking about it. Wants to get it. What's he do?
Illegal substitution.
Okay.
Oh.
Trying to get, is that Bundy in there? They're trying to get Ryan Bundy in.
And he'll be able to come in on the next dead ball.
All righty. 20 The Sages garnered their first lead out of that, David. So the Sages now lead 21-20, first time in this game. Under 2 minutes, about the 123 mark right now, officially in the first half. Freeman settles, rocks, and rolls. Noah Freeman's got a chance to set his feet. That was like a free throw for him. 3-ball, and the Sages go up 24-20 on Noah Freeman's 3. Noah comes down the other end, gets a little skin, huh?
Must have.
Him and Josh Gabriel got tangled up there. Now Ryan Bundy does come in to the game.
Yeah, Noah Freeman picks up his first, the team's 6th.
Riverton inbound. We're at the 110 mark now, first half. Monticello has taken their first lead and now built upon it at 24-20 over these Riverton Hawks in their home gym. Kick out. Monticello's defense has been a little more solid these last 4 or 5 minutes. Drive and dish. There's an open shot, though. That drive, draw. That's a drive, draw, and dish, and a foul to boot. That was an excellent setup play. Foul ends up being on Daniel Caldwell. They're so effective at drawing inside and then setting up kids on the wings, and then those kids can shoot those wing shots. We're under a minute now.
That was a 3-point basket that he was fouled in, so he gets to shoot 1 to see if he can get the 4-point play.
That's Ryan Rossetti. Ryan must have, he's got to have close to double figures if he doesn't have double figures, David.
Caldwell
He's
just picks up his 2nd, team 7th.
Monticello maintains a lead of 1 point, 24-23. Contact on the rebound. Isaiah Flores had it and got pushed.
Fouls on number 34, his first, the team's 5th.
So the Sages will have the ball under a minute remaining. First half, they're up by 1. A lot of substitution. Daniel Peterson comes in. Ryan Bundy comes back out. Daniel Peterson has been one whale of a player on the inside so far, David. I really love his game. You know, it's not going to show in the points column, but I'm telling you, his game has been tremendous. Feed down to Flores, that not well set up. Turnover, Sages. Richard Peak is in the game for the first time. I believe that turnover might go to Richard, not sure. The feed was too low and too wide. Riverton with the ball and a chance to garner the lead back. They led for 90% of this first half. Monticello broke it with a free throw down on this end, and then Noah Freeman hit a 3-ball to extend it to their biggest lead, which was 4 points. They're down to 7 seconds. Here we go. Think somebody better toss it up there. Drive, double dribble, or something. An awkward, ugly shot, and that closes out this first half, David, if you would.
So at the end of the first half, Monticello is ahead by 1, 24-23. And we'll be back a little bit here. You'll see a live feed here, and we'll be back with halftime stats here shortly. Here's the halftime stats. For Monticello, we were 9 of 22 from the field for 41%. 5 of 10 from three-point land for 50%. We are 1 of 1 from the charity stripe for 100%. Riverton is 8 of 23 for 35%. Three-point land, they are 5 of 12 for 42%. Free throws, they are 2 of 4 for 50%. Rebounds, Monticello 13, 6 of them offensive, 7 defensive. Riverton has 16, 7 and 9. Turnovers, Monticello 6, Riverton 5.
You've been running, you catch your breath.
Oh, yes.
Well, I think overall we're just about ready to start second half, but I think it's amazing that Monticello leads this game, in particular the way they started. There are always a few things that stand out in statistics. To me, the fact that Monticello's only been to the free throw line once, David, that's probably a problem, because they're not even forcing the big kid on Riverton to have to try to foul them or stop them.
Right.
And we're settling for a lot of threes, and if it wasn't for the three balls, we wouldn't be in the game. But Zach Fisher has 7 points. Noah Freeman has 7 points. Isaiah Flores has 6 points in that first half, and here we go. Feed out front. Inside out. They bring the big guy to the top of the key now. Now he's going to settle in. He's going to float back and forth on baseline now. First deep ball is good, and Riverton takes off the same way they did in the beginning of the first half with a three ball from deep. They go up 26-24 now. Nice ball movement by the Sages. That is the best transition they have had, and they find Daniel Peterson and give Daniel Peterson a triple plus for hustling back and getting down there. He earned that. Peterson is the kid that's got most of those offensive rebounds you heard Mr. David Wells speaking about. Ball game's all tied up now, 26 apiece. These Riverton Hawks, another three ball, same spot. That's 2 in a row out there by Mark Hinkle. Twice we haven't got to him in time. Here they are starting off with full court press, but then they back off after the ball's inbounded. So it's full court man to man, but as soon as the ball's inbound, then they clear. They've changed up their defense. That's the third different defense I've seen at least. Clay Becker on the inside. Clay wasn't very effective in the first half, got in a little foul trouble. Their big kid goes down kind of hard, David.
Yeah, I was able to hear that all the way up here.
Yeah, well, Blake's got a little poundage on him at 210. He looks like a little more than 210 if you ask me, but he went down hard. Looks like he hurt his right elbow potentially. So, is he a right-hander for shooting? Maybe we need to foul him and put him at the free throw line. What do you think, David?
Yeah.
If I was a coach, I'd say foul Suling right now, put him at the free throw line, let him shoot with that bruised elbow. Riverton with it. Hawks leading 29-26. A third three ball from almost the same position. Different shooters. That was Ryan Rossetti. Whistles blow. A little roughhousing underneath the glass. Goes against the Sages. Who's that on?
That's on Clay Becker. That's his third, the team's second.
I thought that's what I heard.
I was hoping we didn't, but that was...
Yeah, Riverton up 3 with the ball, 29-26. Real early in the third quarter is usually a huge determining factor in every game in high school, at least most of them I watch. The team that wins the third quarter usually wins the game. I'm going to say probably about 75% of the time. That kid got robbed. That would have been his third, and Clay came down with his elbows out. And Clay's still playing football. You know what he's doing, David? He's still running off tackle.
Yeah.
And he's going to have a hard time transitioning over these next couple weeks. He's going to have to transition from football to basketball. That is a tough transition.
That foul was on number 10 for the Riverton. That's his third team's first.
Quick pass out to Clay. If he could have controlled that, he would have went in there and got a layup. Freeman with it. Crossover dribbles back and forth. Looking for help from Peterson. He got it. Peterson faded inside for the fadeaway on the pick and roll, but it didn't get the ball on the roll. Sages down 3 with the ball. Slow starting. There's Zach Fisher. 16-footer won't go back of the rim. Zach took a number of threes in the first half. 6 3 attempts, I do believe, in the first half. Riverton with a chance to add to their lead now again. Clay Becker picking up high. He's playing with 3 fouls. Ball rotation. Another deep bank shot on a 3 ball. You think he called that?
Yeah.
I don't know. John Shoup, He could have called it, but either way, he made it, and their pressure on the made shot. That's what they're doing. Monticello, great transition. Whistles blow from the backcourt.
Timeout. Coach Roy.
Boy, I don't know about that. Wow. Well, I'm not coaching this one, David, but we just gave up a fast break opportunity. We've had few transition attempts and opportunities have been few and far between. We just had one, and we had, I believe, what would have been a 3-on-2 or a 2-on-1 possession, and we called a timeout. So either way, Monticello has not gotten very many interior points, so anytime we get a chance for interior points, that could be just a super plus. There's the Monticello Sage girls on the far side there. Sooner or later, maybe the Riverton girls will give them some space on the middle of the court. What do you think?
Possibly.
And give those girls some air time. So right now, with the 4:57 mark, the always critical third quarter, the Riverton Hawks up 32-26 over our Monticello Sages. Daniel Caldwell inbounds from the sideline, right about the 10-second line. Cut back, Zach Fisher, another 3-ball, in and out. Nice rebound by Peterson. They're going to call over the back or what? No. Great. Daniel Peterson was blocked out. He grabbed the ball and he got fouled, and he was behind the man. That is very difficult to do in this sport of basketball. Daniel Peterson is rebounding the heck out of the ball, David.
Yes.
I'm very, very impressed with Peterson's rebound. I always like guys that rebound hard anyway.
That last foul on Riverton was on number 32, his first, the team's second.
Noah Freeman goes to the left hand, Noah Freeman goes to the left hand, goes in, right hand off glass. They go inside. Shots up, off, second attempt is good. Offensive rebound and putback is good by Sully in there. Noah Freeman's going the same thing, or he is again. He's going all the way in, all the way underneath. No reverse this time. Kick out, Flores, kick over. Fisher, Peterson. Drive and dish, cutter on Caldwell. Shots up, no good. Rebound inside, Flores. Put her up and down, Isaiah. Put her up and down, Isaiah. Sages cut it, 34-30. Now down 4-point lead. Quick transition, Riverton with a quick layup. No good. Noah Freeman speeding it up. Quick out, Zach Fisher all the way in. Right, Sully. Oh, crossover, right, left. Fisher for 2 more. Zach Fisher has about 11 in this game, if not more at this point. 34-32, Riverton Hawks lead it with the ball. A lot of contact on the inside, another turnover. Daniel Peterson driving. He's going to go all the way off the glass, no good. Rebound, Flores on the floor, fought for. They call a travel as he goes down and moves that one knee. Once you go down, you have to use something as a pivot foot. And Isaiah is feeling it. He may have got a little bruised up on that, but I think he just told Coach he's okay as he comes on back down the court. Riverton Hawks up 2, 34-32, 3:36 mark, third quarter. We're over at Riverton, Illinois, just outside of Springfield. Enrollment about 450. Monticello enrollment a little bit bigger, about 503, 504. Riverton, nice ball rotation. They got an open kid over here, and this kid shoots. They didn't get him. He decided not to take that one. He loves it over here from the left-hand wing, deep wing. That was a partially blocked shot, I believe. At least Noah Freeman had an impact on that shot as he altered it slightly by getting a paw in there. So the Sages with it a chance to tie or take the lead. Nice feed, great positioning by Daniel Peterson again, man. He's playing tough down there at the post. It was great positioning. Noah Freeman's looking down there again. They're going to see if they can feed him. Get it in there. Give a man a chance with that ball. Give the man a chance. He's working hard. There you go. Feed the man inside. Oh, yeah, I love basketball like that. That's what you're supposed to do. Man works for it. You reward him with the ball. Daniel Peterson's rewarded by going to the free throw stripe for 2, Mr. Wells.
Yes.
Sorry about that. I got a little excited there. I like that kind of basketball.
That foul was on number 12 for Riverton, his first, the team's third.
Mr. Peterson with a chance to tie it from the charity stripe. First one's off the left side. Tyus Welter comes in. Daniel Caldwell has a seat. Peterson, both of them missed both. They shot to the left on both of them. Overshot right hand, cross body to the left. Riverton with it. Monticello in their matchup zone. Tyus Welter out here applying pressure. This 12's a shooter. This kid's a feeder. He's a dribble driver. Whoa! Nice defense by Noah Freeman. Got his paw on there. Tipped it to Mr. Welter. Welter just couldn't quite corral it that time around. Inbound over here. That's Mr. Rossetti. Oh, pressure out here by Zach Fisher, but a lot of body. Zach picks one up, looks like, Mr. Wells.
He did. That's his third, the team's third.
It's what I call a good foul. Now, there's really no good foul, but if you're going to get a foul, you might as well make some contact.
Yeah.
And he comes right out as coach rotates him out. Coach is happy with his effort out here. Daniel Caldwell only sat for about a minute, maybe less. Goes right back in the game. They go inside to Suling. Suling bounces it, one bounce, goes in, drives, gets bumped. He's an emphatic player, isn't he, Dave? Very
emotional. He is.
He's strong inside. And Isaiah held his spot, held his position. He got bumped and got called a foul. He had his hands straight up in the air. However, a lot of times the fellas in stripes will lean towards the offensive kid if he does the right things down low, doesn't throw any elbows, those kinds of things. That was a nice recovery in there. Kick out. Oh, they got robbed. Thank goodness for Monticello.
Yeah.
36-32, 2:02 remaining in the third.
That's the second one that they've been robbed on.
Yeah, it was all the way down inside the rim and kind of waddled back out of there. They're really good shooters from deep, aren't they, David?
Yes, they are.
There's an errant pass by Noah Freeman. A little miscommunication between Freeman and Daniel Caldwell. Caldwell was cutting in. Freeman was throwing out. Miscommunication. Turnover on the Sages. 1:46 remaining. The all-important third quarter. Sages are now down 36-32 after leading at halftime by 1. They're down 4 now in the all-important third quarter. Riverton won the first quarter. Sages won the second quarter. Right now, it looks like Riverton's going to win the third quarter. Maybe win the fourth quarter.
Yeah, I like that theory.
Yeah, we can go with that. Oh, the kid drug a pivot foot there. It's kind of a pet peeve of mine. I watch that quite a bit. Oh, that's an offensive foul if I ever saw one. Holy smokes, he just levels and gets a chest and forearm into Isaiah Flores, and nothing is called.
That's what I was thinking.
My goodness, that's like a running back run into a linebacker. No call, though. Look at that. So nice drive on that side by Noah Freeman. He likes that drive off that left-hand side, doesn't he, David?
Yes.
He starts with his left hand, then goes to the right for the shot. He beats people with his first step off that left hand, then goes to his right hand right for the layup.
That foul was on number 4. That's his first, the team's fourth.
Come on. So Noah takes advantage of that. Daniel Peterson went up there a couple minutes ago. We got 0 for 2 up there. We need to take advantage of going to the stripe. And you'll notice one of the things David mentioned, we only had 1 free throw in the first half. We've already had at least 4 here in the third, maybe more. And why? Because we're driving to the basket. The key to basketball, you've got to go to the glass if you're going to win the game, especially when you're behind. I think he took extra steps, didn't he? Yeah, guess not. Right, left, foul on the shot. That's Rossetti with it. Rossetti's already got a number of points in this game. Rossetti showing 9 points in this game. That free throws off the edges. Daniel Peterson rips down another rebound. Peterson's having him a good game, even though it doesn't show in every column. He's doing some of the grunt work underneath, which absolutely every team needs, and he's doing it for the Sages tonight. Freeman shot from just beyond the free throw line, won't go for him. Nice little stop and pop. Riverton down quickly, under a minute remaining now. They're up 40-34. They're up 6. They have what might be the last possession of the third. Outscored the Sages by 7 so far in the third, and we have a timeout on the floor by the Riverton Hawks. Kyle Weber calls that up, 6-year coach for these Riverton Hawks.
Both teams have 3 timeouts left in this game.
Monticello Sage girls over there trying to make some racket over there. Dave, haven't got a big crowd. Their sponsor this year is Tristan Duffy. They got James Brown, Brittany Gortner, Taylor Hellenthal, spectacular runner. Haley Luck, Abby Schwartz, Sarah Tereskes, Ellie Wingstrom, Allie Day, Kelsey Gordner, Emma Helfrich, a heck of a runner in her own right, Maddie Miller, Kennedy Smith, and Devin Walden are the girls here tonight.
.4 seconds left in this quarter.
Really drug out the last 2 minutes of this quarter, haven't we, David?
Yeah, we have.
The last 2 minutes have taken about 7 minutes on the regular time clock, it seems like. Riverton, to see what they set up here. They're probably going to do a drive and kick. That seems to be their MO. That's what they like to do the most. Setting up a real strong side. They're rotating over here on the weak side. Here we go again. This time it's number 12, Rossetti, coming out here on the weak side shooter. See if they can rotate it around. We got a wide open shooter on this side too, but the great defense on the perimeter by the Sages, stopping Riverton from rotation of that ball. Great perimeter defense, and by golly, at the last second, Ryan Rossetti cans a three, and it was pretty much a desperation three, but they go up 43-34 at the end of the third.
I agree with you. Desperation shot at the end.
Yep. So 43-34. We were up one at half, so they outscored us 9-10, 10 in the third.
Yep.
So they dominated. I don't know if they dominated the third, but they certainly scored when they needed to, didn't they, David?
Yes, they did.
Monticello's playing pretty good, but again, the MO so far in this contest has been that the Riverton Hawks have owned the early quarters, the first and the third. Monticello definitively owned the second. Now let's see if us Monticello faithful will be hopefully looking at them dominating the fourth. We'll see if that occurs or not. Again, foul trouble. Clay Becker has 3, I believe. And other than that, it's pretty clean, isn't it, for the Sages?
Yeah, I think we've spread them out among twos.
Yeah. So that's the only critical thing as you get into the heart of the last 8 minutes here. And we have one player, Clay Becker, in foul trouble. And my goodness, he had his first 2 within about 4 minutes of the first quarter being gone.
Yeah.
So he's done pretty good, just not adding on to that tremendously. So again, this is the opening game of the season.
The Sages will get you inbound the ball to start the fourth quarter.
Sage girls won last night over Clinton. They've had 3 runaway victories in a row, and they are 3-0 or 4-0. They are looking very good themselves this season. See if the boys can match them now and get a W out of this fourth quarter here and come back and take this Riverton Hawk team. Zach Fisher thought about it. Clay Becker came out and set him a nice screen, but there really wasn't much space out there, not enough space to bring the ball up clear and pop it. Ball rotation. Peterson all the way down. Caldwell thought about it. He's covered pretty tight. Riverton's doing a nice job of pressuring out on the perimeter. Inside, outside, kick. Fisher to Caldwell. 4-3. Give the assist to Zach Fisher. Give the basket to Daniel Caldwell. 43-37 as the Sages trying to get back into this thing. Suley. Inside, outside, nothing there this time for the Riverton Hawks. They really work the ball well. They go weak side, strong side very well. They get so many open shots by working and drawing, especially because Monticello does play a zone, and you can't help it. It's what you do when you play a zone. It's the vulnerability of a zone is that you rotate as a group, and then you don't recover fast enough. That's the downside of a zone versus a man-to-man. Oh, and that's exactly what just happened. They kicked out. They got a wide open 3. Caldwell couldn't get there in time, and Rossetti cans another one from beyond. 46-37. These kids own the 3 ball. Clay Becker, nice little 2-pointer about the 10-foot line there. Nice job by Clay. Closes the gap to 46-39, but Riverton with the ball and the lead. Suling's out front. Caldwell gets caught up with him. Daniel's playing pretty tough.
And Daniel just picked up his third, team 6.
Daniel's feeling a little physicality out there. There's nothing wrong with that. Let him know you're there. Let the big boy know you're there. Not a thing wrong with that. Riverton with it out front. Feed across. Monticello, Clay Becker fell asleep just for a minute on Suling there in the middle. Can't fall asleep on anybody. These guys can it from deep. We really got to play good perimeter defense. When we have played good perimeter defense, we deny the pass. By denying the pass, we stop their offense. If we can deny that perimeter pass, we stop their offense. That time we gave up a clear lane to the basket. Zach Fisher got beat, came from behind, and you almost always get a foul when you try to block a shot from behind, and this is the case this time around on Zach. That's his 4th foul, so I guess I did not report correctly earlier. I guess we had another one in foul trouble, so he's in more severe foul trouble now. Coach Roy is going to leave him on the floor, David?
Possibly.
Must feel he needs his offense if he's going to leave him on the floor at this point. Josh Gabriel finds a friendly rim down here at this end. Mark Hinkle back into the game for the Riverton Hawks. Gabriel with his second attempt. His first one used all of the metal and rolled its way into the bottom of the net. Second one's back of the rim. Clay Becker had his man blocked out, but unfortunately he worked so hard to block it out, he tipped it out of bounds, but he did work hard. Clay's having a little frustration. You can see that frustration on his body language, can't you, David?
Yeah.
Isaiah Flores comes in now. Isaiah played some great minutes early on in the second quarter primarily. Oh, we got a Riverton boy down. Kid that just shot at Suling with the offensive rebound. Put back up against Becker, and the foul is called. Becker bodied up. He did put his arms up in the air, but it's another foul on the Sages as we're getting in some foul trouble now.
Clay Becker just picks up his 4th.
So we're
teammate.
at the 5:51 mark, and Coach Roy's having to make some bench decisions now. He's still got Ryan over there, so he can put Ryan Bundy in there. Ryan's pretty good inside player. Told you we hurt his elbow earlier.
Yeah.
I told you we need to put that boy on the line. His elbow must be aching. 47-39, 8-point lead, make it a 9-point lead. Suling is 1 for 2 at the line. Noah Freeman back quickly. Half-court line, back down to Caldwell. Looks inside, Clay Becker, a little bit of foul trouble. He drives baseline, goes underneath, tries to reverse, gets the ball taken away, and maybe got a 5th foul.
Daniel Peterson picks up his 3rd.
So they're spreading it around. Peterson gets that on the hack. So they are in the bonus. They are up 48-39 now. 9-point lead. Suling makes it 10. 10-point lead for these Riverton Hawks. Like I said, this is a team that went to the sectionals last year. Monticello was a sub-500 team overall, so to play well against them has got to be considered a success. But the way that the kids in purple played the second quarter, you knew there was a possibility that we could come out of this with a W. We still could.
Oh, yeah.
There's time, 5:36.
And only down by 10.
Yep. Noah Freeman goes all the way down. There's a lot. This game's getting more physical by the moment, isn't it, Dave?
Yeah, it is.
The fouls are racking up on both ends. They push Noah Freeman out as he tries to cut inside. He did cut inside his man. He just didn't get past him.
Foul was on number 32, his 2nd, the team's 5th.
Peterson on the wing. Looking inside, nothing there. Freeman on the high wing. Look at Flores. Come on, Isaiah. Somebody cut in there for Flores and let him cut across that baseline. We need to work down low, boys. We're not working for it down there. Clay's working. Inside, outside. Freeman, long ball, front of the rim. No good. Rebound Suling for the Riverton Hawks. All the way. Transition, up and in. The transition game killed us again as we didn't get back. Our guards were trying so hard in there to get rebounds and get down low that we just didn't get back in time. Noah Freeman, right hand, left hand crossover. Tries to find a cutter across the lane in Daniel Peterson, but ends up throwing it in the hands of Riverton. Give another turnover to the Sages. 51-39. Now we're running out of clock as the clock becomes the enemy for the kids in purple and gold.
So instead of having 5 defenders, you get 6. You count the clock.
Yeah. They're not really slowing the pace of the game. They've had a lot of possessions where they're patient, though. I believe it's all in this perimeter defense for the Sages. You got to stop those passes just like that. If you stop the passes, they don't get good shot attempts. Caldwell with the rebound, got Suling behind him. Got to keep his eyes open there. Freeman thought about it. He had space, but he would have been shooting for about 24. There it is. Isaiah Flores, elbow, stop and pop, couldn't make it go. He looks a little tired. I think Coach may not My guess is we're not going to see as much Isaiah in the JV games in the near future, David. I'm pretty sure that the coach is going to probably make that decision soon. Suling with a little half hook over the top. Should have got a foul. Got nothing. Nice battling in there by Isaiah Flores. Monticello with the ball, but we're down to 3:53 remaining, and Zach Fisher comes back in, so coach is looking at shooting. You think Fisher will shoot any 3 balls, David?
Nah. Yeah.
I think that's the only reason he came in the game.
Especially since I believe he has 4 fouls.
Yeah. So it's do or die time. The Sages have to score every possession now, and you're going to need some stops down on the other end. First, we got to score on this end. Oh, there's an attempt. It's an over pursuit and a kick out. Flores, 3 ball, short, no good. That was a nice possession. Nice setup. Couldn't make it count. Good defense in there by Fisher. Great job of hustling back and recovery that time by Zach Fisher. Feed over. Fisher, deep ball. No good. Side of the rim. 3:19 remaining. Riverton with the ball and the lead. They're up 51-39. Riverton Hawks over our Monticello Sages down here in Riverton, Illinois. Former home of Tisdale. Great ball player in high school. We almost played against Tisdale in 2007 when we had the Sages team that went to the Super Sectional. They were in the same sectional, and they were just in the other side of the bracket. Timeout on the court, huh?
Yes.
51-39. Sages have had a tough third and a fourth quarter. Foul trouble has started to hurt them, and the other thing is, you tell me, but David, I believe they're playing a little faster again.
Yes.
And it's a little bit of fear of the clock and, anxiety over seeing the things get away from them a little bit. When they speed up, they don't play quite as well. Whereas during the same time period, the whole second half, Riverton has run a very efficient offense. They've moved the ball well. They've kicked well. They've found their open shooters. And they've scored, and they've taken over this game at 51-39. Sages have 9 fouls showing on the board.
Yes.
So the second one we go into double bonus, or they'll put them in double bonus. Sage fans are a little quiet. The Riverton Hawk faithful are on their feet over here on their home stands. Well, you'd think they'd want to use a little clock here, rotate the ball around. Let's see what they do. Nice pressure by Daniel Peterson out there. Tremendous pressure. Zach Fisher got good pressure and stole that ball, basically. Noah Freeman picks up the loose ball, goes in and drives. That's a quick basket. That's one way to come back.
Yeah.
We got it down to 10. It's still double figures, but the clock's clicking up there at 2:38. I don't think they're going to take a lot of 3 balls now, but I could be wrong. He was thinking about it, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was.
I would think their coach would just tell them to get nothing but insides. And look at that. Great effort by Tyus Welter created that, along with his partner out here, his partner in crime on the defensive end, Noah Freeman.
That foul's on number 4, his second, team 6.
So the Sages do create a turnover. Sages will have the ball with 2:21. We're down to it's a 10-point game at 51-41. Token pressure in the backcourt by the Riverton Hawks. That's Freeman with the ball, bringing that thing up. Little crossover, kicks out to Fisher. Sure, they're looking for Fisher for deep balls. Flores can shoot deep, and he goes inside, up and over, no good. He's tired.
I mean, that looked like that was partially blocked.
But he didn't elevate, David. He's tired. I'm telling you, the kid's tired. That's what happens. You can't. When you see kids that normally can elevate and don't, that means they're fatigued. Has to do with the JV game, is why Mr. Flores is fatigued.
Another 3-pointer, no good. A rebound to number 33.
That looked like one of my shots, David. Kick out there. Oh, Mr. Tyus Welter had it in and out and got it robbed and then down on the bottom end. Is that Peterson got stepped on down there?
Possibly.
I think it's Daniel Peterson. And
fouls on number 32 for Riverton. That's his third, team 7th.
Well, Peterson has played a whale of a game. It doesn't show in every column. He has done a great job underneath. He has battled and battled and battled, and he's got the bruises to prove it. Did some great offensive rebounds, especially in that second quarter when the Sages took the lead and tried to kick this thing up a notch. They went up 4. That was their biggest lead right now. Riverton is up 10, and they've been up by as many as 11, I believe, was their highest lead, their largest lead. Nice shot by Peterson, made up earlier. He was 0 for 2 from the stripe in the second half, and he made that one. And into the game will come Daniel Caldwell. Out of the game, Zach Fisher. So coach might be doing offense, defense, substitutions. Fisher for offense, Caldwell for defense. What do you think, David?
That sounds good to me.
And good. Daniel Peterson cans both. He's 2 for 4 from the stripe here in the second half. Down to an 8-point lead, but we're running out of time at 1:39. Oh, man. That was a great drive. That was a smart move. Ryan Rossetti wasted no time, went straight to the basket, knows that we're in foul trouble, and took it straight in there, David, and went up the glass. We just kind of held our position, didn't try to swat it away. Noah Freeman stops, pops, elbow, inside, down low. Welter wasn't expecting the ball. He could have went in there and shot a layup, but he wasn't ready for it. Pressure out front. These guys are playing their hearts out. I'll give them credit for that. Kicked ball out of bounds, either that or pressure. They're calling pressure. They're calling it off Daniel Peterson, I guess. That was kind of a give-me call, but they could have called a foul also. We're down to a minute 8. What do you got on your clock, Dave? How close are we, buddy?
I'm basically the same.
Okay, good man, good man. Minute 8 remaining, 10-point lead. Riverton with the ball and the lead. Inside, outside, they're content to run some clock, work around the perimeter. Nice defense. Peterson draws a foul, gets a foul. He's going to send Rossetti, who's been a great shooter in this game. Rossetti has really lit it up this entire game.
Peterson just picks up his 4th, team's 10th.
Nice shot. 11-point lead. Welter goes to the bench. Zach Fisher comes in. Again, offense, defense. Substitutions are occurring. Rossetti is a smooth shooter, David. He's the real deal, man. He may be playing in the sectionals again, or maybe even further if he shoots like that all season. That shot by Noah Freeman is off the side of the rim, no good, a little bit rushed. Under a minute to play now with a 12-point lead and the ball. And here come the Riverton Hawks. Forced foul by Noah Freeman on the edge out there.
Noah Freeman just picks up his second team's double bonus.
He had a foul to give, so we send Hinkle to the line. He missed. Like David said, we're in double bonus. So 39.9 remaining in this season opener for the Monticello Sages and the Riverton Hawks. This is that one. Ooh. Suling just threw a little elbow in the back court. Over and back. What we got? Nope. Tip ball, Monticello. What we got?
Over and back violation.
Yeah, okay. I never saw a motion, did you? The clarity there by the referee was.
That's the only thing it could have been.
Yeah. Daniel Caldwell into Noah Freeman. Down to half a minute left. Zach Fisher steps out, shoots a 3 and cans it. Might be too little too late. 55-46, a 9-point deficit. That's 3 possessions. I don't know. 3 possessions and 26.7. That'll be a challenge.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I can bring up that one in the playbook.
Well, 3 possessions means really 6 possessions, at least 5. You got to turn them over a couple times to get 3 yourself. So not likely, but it's nice to see Zach Fisher kick out there and get a 3 ball, and it certainly is nice to see this group of Sages play very competitively against a pretty doggone good team in their season opener. It's going to be, the season schedule is a pretty light one this season. The Sages only have 4 preseason games before the holiday hoopla, David.
Yeah.
You name those off.
Yeah, we go next on Friday, December 5th, we will host Bismarck-Henning. On December 9th, we head to Auburn.
Yep.
And on the 19th of December, we host Sullivan.
So there's a big window like the 9th. That's 10 days in between those games. We got another 8 or 9 days before the next one. So the team is really going to spend a lot of time in the gym, not a whole lot of time fine-tuning their performance on the court. So the holiday hoopla, they're still going to be pretty raw, if you will, in the hoopla, because only playing 4 games before that is not very many. but that gives Coach Roy a lot more minutes in the gym to work on the things that he feels this club needs to work on. I think there are a lot of high points tonight, win or lose, for the Sages. I don't think a lot of us who watch the Sages often expected this team to come out and be a spectacular. There's a great play. Oh, Daniel Caldwell tipped the ball, almost had it, could not control it. 55-46, 9-point lead for the Riverton Hawks. They have the ball. Daniel Caldwell trying to get it. They find underneath. They don't even go for it. They're just running the clock. And that's all, folks. Give us that. You got that final, David?
Yeah, the final here from Riverton. Riverton 55, Monticello 46. So Monticello falls 0-1 for the season. Riverton is 1-0.
And the next game for the Sages, like David just said, is Friday, December the 5th. Bismarck Henning will be coming to Miller Gym, right?
Yes.
So we hope you join us again. Those of you that watched on the internet, hope the feed was good. And certainly, David, you're always a joy to work with. It's always a lot of fun. So I sure hope everybody will join us again.
Thank you, Dick.
Good night.
Good night.
Oh!